Okay, so this is part two. Okay, so it is how I learned that I was not a pot salesman, because when my father flushed it down the toilet, when I got back to college, my roommate, his friend that had gone in on this pound, was like, I don't believe that kid's story. I want to go over there with a gun and scare the shit out of him till we get our money or our weed back, because I don't believe him. And I didn't know that for years until he told me, and that would have scared the shit out of me. This is sort of like how I wanted to be a smoker and tried really hard to smoke cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
And I was not good at that either. And I was on the side of a building with some friends and some girls, and we were smoking cigarettes. And I was smoking, and the girl says to me, "Do you inhale?" And I said, "Well, not on every drag." That's also how I learned I was not a smoker, because that was really embarrassing. Right. And I bought a pack of cigarettes once at the Sinclair gas station on Colfax and I-70. Got in the car going back to Greeley. And so I lit up the cigarette, and I was like, man, I get a headache every time I smoke a cigarette.
Right.
And that's why I thought, like, well, they quit smoking.
That's the point.
Maybe
so did you
not
live on
working out.
campus at UNC?
I did, but I came home every weekend,
Right.
which was not good.
Right.
Because I still hung out with my friends from high school.
Sure.
Who weren't doing what I was doing, and which would get me into trouble.
So was it your dad throwing it away and you owing money that convinced you weren't into the pot business? Or was it just the discomfort of having to throw weed out of the car? It's illegal if I get caught with this.
Yeah.
Because that was my deal.
Yeah.
I can never, if I had weed in the apartment, like of a certain amount, right?
Yeah.
Half a pound in a little tiny refrigerator.
Yeah.
I was always nervous.
Yes.
And so this is a real story. So we had gone from St. Paul, Minneapolis to Madison for their huge October party, their Halloween party, biggest Halloween party in the Midwest. And so we're there, and long story short, I mean, I was just filthy drunk. We're again, my posse. There's like 5 of us, and we're stumbling through town, and someone, of course, has told us at the frat house that we'd stolen the beer from. That you could walk anywhere with the beer this year. It was different than all the other years. There was no beer garden. They're not going to check IDs. They just gave up. It was too difficult. We're like, well, that makes sense. I mean,
right.
Just kids are going to drink, and they're going to let them do it. We're like, oh, we're making progress. You can drink on the street wherever the street is closed. And so I'm walking with a gallon jug that we didn't even milk out of them at the frat house, washed it out, and filled it with beer from the can. And then we got liter bottles, and we're walking, and the police just make a beeline for us, because I looked like I was 6 years old. I mean, at that time I was 19. I think I barely had a beard. Thin, just very effeminate, and not like the burly guy I am now. But the cops just make a beeline for me. What do you got there? Sir. I mean, what's going through my head is it's legal to have it. They're just harassing me, so tell them the story they want to hear.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why I thought telling them it was apple cider
would make it any
so
different.
So anyway, it's apple cider, sir, and apple cider, and I mean, boom, there's a crowd, and drunk kids all laughing. There's apple cider. He said it's apple cider. Let me smell that. It's like, okay. I said, well, it might have fermented a little bit. And so the next thing you know, they're giving us tickets for being drunk in public, having an open beverage in public, and they made us pour. And I mean, that was embarrassing.
Yeah,
pour it down the gutter.
Yeah.
The motto of the story is that we get back home where we have weed in the apartment. Yeah. And I now have a ticket that's unpaid, and it goes unpaid, and then I get this thing, there's a warrant out for your arrest if you show up in Dane County. No, I'm not going back, so fuck it, I'm not going to pay it. Yeah. I mean, it just made sense to me. And so we're having a cocaine party one time, and we bought a bunch of cocaine because the guy who sells the weed, it's a gateway drug. He sells us cocaine, so we're having a cocaine party. And my friend is cutting up lines in the bathroom, guys, in the bathroom. And boom, boom, boom. Someone hits the door. St. Paul Police! We're looking for Garth Bud! St. Paul Police! And my friend takes the plate of cocaine, licks it up, dumps it in the toilet. People are throwing drugs up into the air, basically. And it was our good friend who was stoned and high and drunk and playing a joke on me.
Playing a show.
And my friend comes out of the bathroom, he's like, "Please do my face." Cocaine and numbed him. But we can pull your teeth right now, dude.
Yeah. See, you always
But that was it. That was it. I'm like, I just can't do this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
if someone can knock on the door and pretend to be the police, and it makes me
Completely
literally
crazy.
pee my pants.
Yeah. Not
Not feeling was not